What is going on, guys? My name is AK, back again with another YouTube video. Now in today's video we'll be taking a look at the spawns on Apocalypse Hardpoint. So Apocalypse Hardpoint has just been added into the competitive Call of Duty rotation, so for those of you who want to learn how to play it amazingly, for either in league play, pro points, whenever you need to use it, these are the spawns that will help you learn where you need to be anchoring and where you need to be watching to sort of set up those spawn traps and pre-aim, and hopefully this will be very useful. Now if it is, all I ask is that you drop a like, and let's get straight into it. So we're starting off here on P1. Now P1's pretty simple. There are four main spawn points for P1. The first one is just in the general back spawn here. Now this is if your team are spawning this side off the start. Tends to be where you spawn unless you can actually set up a spawn flip during the game. But either there or towards the bottom side of P5 by the bottom trenches bit, you can spawn on that side as well. On the other side of things, if your team has the other side of the map control, the P2 side, you can either spawn in the back of the P2 side temple bit here, or also in the back of the deep temple bit here as well. But that's pretty much it for P1. So for P2, there's actually a fair few more spawn points that you can spawn in. Now these are generally dictated by who has control of the hill, but if it's scrappy, sometimes the spawns do sort of fly out a little bit everywhere. But as a general rule of thumb, the closer spawns, which are towards the back bit here of the temple and also in the deep back of the temple, that's where you're going to be spawning if you have control of the hill. If you don't have control of the hill, the main spawn points are actually down the bottom trenches here, just at the bottom of P3, on the back inside this building that's near the turtle statue there for P4, and then also, depending on how far pushed out they are, sometimes in the deep back of the spawn as well. There is also another spawn location just outside the front of P5 here, but from the few gameplays that I watched to record this, that only happened once or twice, so maybe not a very common one. Now for P3, again, the map is pretty split depending on spawn. So you have the this side spawn, so you've got, again, the deep back of the spawn. You've also got the close in the back bit by the wooden statue thing, or the wooden structure thing there, and then also close at the back of P5. On the other side of things, the back temple, again, very popular spawn point for this. Also, the back of P2 as well. And also, lastly, there is a little area here, which is just by the ramp that pushes down to P3, or by the little mud walkway, I guess. There's also a spawn point there. For P4, the turtle hill, again, we see the spawns in the back here. These are pretty much consistent for every hill. If they're spawning that side, you can expect that they're probably spawning in the deep back of the spawn. It's very common. Also, we see, again, the temple spawns, again, very common. And also spawns on the truck here, if they're very far pushed back in their spawn, if they're sort of heavily sort of contested on the hill and towards the back of the spawn, you can spawn up on the truck when you've got a bit extra map pressure. Towards the end of the hill and the rotation to P5, the team that sort of dies at P4 also does get quite a few spawns out towards the back here of P2. So definitely winning your gunfights at the end of P4 to make sure you get a nice easy rotation is essential. Last but not least, P5, or the back house here, is basically a collection of all of the spawn points that I've talked about. You've got spawns in the deep back, spawns in the side by the wooden thing, spawns at the back of the P5, and then on the other side, again, spawns in the deep back of P2, the back of temple. Again, the little walkway bit down there to the bottom, and again on the truck, and that's pretty much about it. So hopefully this is going to mean you can play with a little bit extra sort of map knowledge and game knowledge, and really have people calling you out for a hacker for knowing exactly where they're going to be. But if you found this video helpful, be sure to check out my series in the description below. It's my competitive COD playlist that I've got tips and tricks for all of the maps, or the ones that haven't, the ones that have just been added, Express and Apocalypse. I'm still working my way through all of my videos for that, but they'll certainly be added shortly. But thanks a lot for watching. Smash a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.